Hello everyone. It's Stray Faye here with another episode of Olympia Soiree, continuing Kuroba's route. I wonder how far along we are. I think we might be like close to the halfway point. The romance is progressing very slowly. So in the last episode, we're having a lot of misunderstandings pile up between Byakuya and Kuroba. Of course, Canon is meddling again with his newspaper articles, spreading disinformation that Byakuya and Nagusa are in a relationship together, helping his pal Nagusa out. Although, I think about it, he's probably just using Nagusa for some other nefarious means. It's like remembered just how Canon just like drop Nagusa like he was hot in that one bad ending. And then we have another misunderstanding that Byakuya just generated on her own, that she is writing letters to Old Man Fusou, but she didn't mention that he was Old Man Fusou. Just mentioned that he was a man. So yeah, Kuroba, a little bit of jealousy's going there, but like no one's like confessed to each other yet. So hopefully we get a confession soon, like some realization of feelings. It seems like both of them are like thinking about each other though. All right, well, let's begin. I had my after work coffee. Have some water. Hopefully the coffee keeps me going. All right, the sun has been stable since then. I guess it was just an anomaly that happened before. I looked up at the sky every morning to offer my prayers and saw nothing unusual. Lady Amaterasu, please protect us today as you always have. I bowed to the sun in the sky. Will you come with me today, Daifuku? There's someone I want you to meet. Are we gonna go see Juliet or Paris?
Oh, who might that be? Did you finally find your soulmate?
Oh, it's a servant. Lady Olympia, may I? Come in! A messenger has arrived from Kukusui of the Yellow. Something about a letter needing to be delivered. Okay. Do we know Kukusui? I don't remember hearing about Kukusui. Maybe he has someone in Yomi that they know, though. Yes. That we get, like, a letter delivered, like, personally to the mansion. Good morning. I have a letter for you to check. I read the newspaper yesterday. Oh. Can you have some words with Canon, please? We tried. He's a little slippery fellow. He justifies anything. There he goes again. Wasn't my fault. Canon has ulterior motives. I'm very sorry, and after all your warnings. From the sounds of it, you have no plans to take Nagusa as your husband. I haven't decided yet who my husband will be, but I know at the very least that it isn't him. Nagusa and Canon are well acquainted, and abuse of his power, no doubt. Well, at least he didn't blame Byakuya. I mean, she was just standing there, and like he just like walked up and talked to her. The newspaper is already in circulation, so I'm guessing it's done its job of feeding the vendors and supporting his research fees. But next time you won't get away with it. I'll let Nagusa know that I don't plan on marrying him. Just put your foot down. That would be best if it isn't your intention. By the way, look at this! Kukusui of the Yellow. I believe he is Yusugi's father, whom she sent a letter the other day. That's right. And finally a reply. I'll have a look. Yep, it has something in there to make Yusugi happy. I quietly watched Akazu's expression. It looks fine. The iron mask. Not a single twitch of his face. Is it bad? Is it good? We don't want to hurt Yusugi's feelings. Yusugi's the lady with the... I'm forgetting who's who. Oh no, my brain. Yusugi's the one... She's of the yellow. She had like the blonde hair that turned black, right? From getting treated with the haku. With the haku medication. The Tokichi Kutenne. Can't pronounce it. I know he's the Iron Mask, but he could at least be happy. Or maybe... need to like write down all these NPCs' names. I do have like a character sheet. But it's only like main characters with portraits, so... if they don't pop up a lot, like Fusou is memorable. I remember Fusou. But yeah, like, if they just kind of come and go, like, it's so hard to remember them. Hanji's face came to mind, and I felt uneasy. So, what did it say? I don't mean I want to know all the details, but I hope it's nothing bad. I don't think it was a bad letter. Really? Thank goodness, I'll deliver it now. We don't want to hurt her feelings. It's fragile right now. I glanced at the laboratory door before getting ready to run. Is Kuroba here? You went to Shinkenjo for a break. Alrighty, down to Yomi, down to the bathhouse. Masuhana? Ah, you can find her at the old apartment on Kanoe Street. Thank you. I have a letter for a friend, but I don't know the address. Could it be Yusugi? I felt a hint of hesitation and gave a small nod. I believe she lives near Masuhana. Promise me that you'll not be discouraged meeting her. What do you mean? Oh, Masuhana was the one who gave me her letter last time. Yeah, maybe she's like a little bit too shy to meet people right now. Is she maybe scared to meet me? Scared of Olympia? No. Yusugi does not wish to meet anyone. I heard she has shut herself in her room. But why? Oh, but you don't have to tell me. She does not wish for anyone to see her with black hair. Oh, but Byakuya is not gonna judge. She thinks all the colors are beautiful. No. I saw her once, and it wasn't something she could cover up with hair powder or dye. But she had beautiful black hair, if I do say so myself. It was a side effect of the medicine, Tokijiku Tenne. Has Kuroba told you of it? Yes. Do you remember when I mentioned Masuhana as a seamstress by trade? As Yusugi is not a criminal, she must find some employment to live in Yomi. I help find jobs for people recommended by the Kotowari and the military. Yusugi came to me once before, and she is helping Masuhana now. She is very earnest and a hard worker, but she rarely leaves her apartment at all. So if you are unable to meet her, do not let it trouble you. I see. Thank you. According to Akaza, the letter addressed to her isn't bad, so I'll find Masuhana and have her hold on to it. That sounds like a plan. Good luck. Before leaving, I took another look around. I heard Kuroba came here to grab something to eat. Did he leave already? Oh, are you looking for him? He left a few minutes ago, but I believe he should still be on the main street. We gotta run and catch up to him, girl. Unless he's like in a hurry to get somewhere. I don't see him anywhere. Kuroba stands out, especially with his lab coat. There's no way I'd miss him. Why do I want to see him so badly? Then make sure to write a letter that'll make him swoon. I'm the only one feeling this way. To Kuroba, I'm just Olympia of the White. All he wants is for me to find a husband. Despite that thought, I kept looking around for a white coat. I kept my eyes open as I made my way to Masuhana's apartment when... why did I get Masuhana? It was like Matsuba and Masuhana. I guess I can give them the same voice. Lady Olympia, good day. Ah, perfect timing. I was just looking for you. Although the Melanie voice would probably work with Yusuke a little bit better. Especially if she's like a recluse, a really shy recluse. Oh, is there a problem? Maybe I'll give her generic voice. I have this from Yusugi's father. Oh my! Could you give it to her? Masuhana stared at me. Did someone tell you already that she doesn't want to see anyone? Yes, Yosoga did. Was that the reason why you declined my offer for tea last time? She was much calmer than before, but when she arrived, she hardly spoke with anyone. I believe she was already rather shy to begin with, but her appetite has recently returned. I suppose it would be inconsiderate to have you tell her she doesn't need to worry about me. Masuhana smiled. I was sent here to Yomi because of my hair color, but that was already determined when I was born. In her case, she lived for 20 years as a yellow, then was suddenly sent down here. I can only imagine how she feels. That's unfair. Well, what about Doma? Doma has black hair. They didn't send him to Yomi. I see. That sounds somewhat like me. I know, lived on her island for so long and then was ripped away from that. I told you some would rather die than change. Yeah, I guess like if it means just getting torn away from your family just to get treatment. She didn't choose death. I hope she feels more comfortable living here soon. I'd love for us to have some tea one day. I'll let her know you said that. Let me hurry and give her this letter. I hope it's good. I hope it's not like disparaging words. Thank you. I looked at my own hair as Masuhana left. If my hair turned black... Oh. When you and your soulmate find each other and fall in love, you will... Oh, mother. Well, it is gonna actually turn black this route, because as we learned in Tokisada's route that, yeah, she takes on her love's colors. Ah! I suddenly screamed at the thought of it. She's like, oh wait. My mother's words. They're coming to her sooner. Do you want to be dyed black by Kuroba, Missy? Lady Olympia, is there a problem? No, I'm just screaming in the street. Don't mind me. Has someone tried to harm you? Where'd they go? Wow, thank you, Yomi resident. You're trying to protect me. Oh no, it's nothing. I'm so sorry about that. Please excuse me. I could feel my face burning as I raced towards Kunado. Of all the times to remember that, I really need to have better control of myself. I think if we did Kuroba's route first, we'd be like kind of confused. Back on the surface, I went back to the plaza to fulfill my promise from yesterday. I couldn't find Kuroba. I guess he's already back at the Kodawari. Oh, he's already here. Is it old man Fusou? Better not be Nagusa. Good day, Lady Olympia. Good day. I have a letter for you. Oh, and let me introduce my pet mouse. His name is Daifuku. Oh, we're showing him the mouse. Okay, that's cute. Here, Grandpa, here's my pet. I took Daifuku out of my bag and held him on my palm.
Pleasure to meet you.
A white mouse? Fusou's eyes widened and then went soft, as if reminiscing about the past. May I pet him? He slowly moved his hand near Daifuku, and Daifuku hopped on. Ah, very friendly. And so very plump. I see he's being fed well. He rubbed Daifuku gently with his finger. Have you ever had a pet mouse before? No, not exactly. Although, a long time ago, a white mouse brought me good fortune. Oh, is that like how the flowers got to the men who like were going to the island to be one-night husbands? Was that Daifuku's original role? Like, were you supposed to deliver the flowers?
Oh, could he be?
I see. How interesting to find him with you. He got lost and wandered into the manor one day, so I decided to keep him as a pet. A little white mouse. Let me give you a treat. Do you like Karanto?
Why, thank you. I love Karanto.
Daifuku jumped onto the sweet treat and nibbled on it happily. See, his loyalties will change just from some food. Guess he's like that because of me. So Byakuya was like, Ah, forgive me. I let my cute little guest go first. Would you like some? They're my favorite. Thank you. Oh, before that, this is for you. I gave him my letter and took a piece of Karanto in exchange. I wasn't sure what to write about, so I wrote a little about Daifuku in there. I cannot wait to read it. If you have the time, please write back to me. Any time is fine. To think old bones like me can exchange letters with you. I hope your future husband will not become jealous. Oh, well, he kinda is. He kinda already is. He just doesn't know, like, that you're not an old man. I haven't exactly found anyone yet. Your face tells me otherwise. Perhaps, are you troubled over something? I gave him an awkward smile and took a bite of the Karanto when... Oh, hi. Kuroba, let's clear up this misunderstanding. This is the letter I've been sending to this man. Lord Fusou. I hope he's not like, oh, so you like those kind of men. You like really old men. No, gasp. I was almost about to choke. Why was he always appearing at the strangest times? I think he's looking for you. Oh? I envy the fair Olympia's companion. Why, she even gave me a letter today. Oh no, we even found out. A love letter, no doubt. Ha ha ha. I could have joked about that if I were as young as you. I took Daifuku into my lap and continued to chew on the Karanto in panicked silence. I tried to avoid eye contact with Kuroba. Yesterday, I mentioned I had no one at all to exchange letters with, you see. Is that so? I want to disappear. Tried to use him to get him jealous. The jig is up. Oh, Daifuku.
Ime, you don't look well.
Lady Olympia, is there a problem? Is the Karanto not to your tastes? No, not at all. It's very good. It's Fusou, come on. It's like, you know what love is, right? Like, get them together somehow. Use your old man wisdom. Fusou looked at me, then at Kuroba. Oh, how could I forget? You'll have to excuse me for now. Oh, okay, he's gonna be like, alright, you two lovebirds, talk it out. Huh? He's not gonna get it, though. I must hurry and write my reply to this letter. Why don't you two kids enjoy yourselves here? Huh? Fusou petted Daifuku again, then went off with a smile on his face. He's like, my job here is done. Lady Amaterasu, have I angered you somehow? You didn't have to leave me here with him.
Long time no see, Lord Kuroba.
Oh, looks like Julia's brother is doing well. Your name was Daifuku, was it?
Indeed, a fine name, yes.
You're cute and plump, but don't eat too much because being overweight is bad for you. The doctor's orders.
I'll keep that in mind.
Seems like you know what I'm saying. I wouldn't mind if you just kept talking to Daifuku. Of course, their conversation didn't last very long. Yeah, they don't understand each other. It's not like Tokisada, where Tokisada seemed to understand, like... I don't know if he just kind of inferred, or like he actually understood Paris. Kuroba suddenly turned towards me with a playful look. So, Lord Fusou was the man who picked up your handkerchief. I nodded quietly. You're right, he is kind and charming. I nodded quietly again. He's like, oh, I've been caught. He looked really happy about your letter. Did you know he was the previous leader of the Fuchsia? Really? Then why is he alone? He suffered from haku when he was young. Although he survived, he didn't have an heir of his own. Okay, did that part get affected? But wait, I thought he was... I thought like maybe he fathered children with one of the white ladies. Although I guess he could have like remarried after that. Although I guess technically in this route we don't know that. With no one to adopt, he resigned from his post and is now living alone. I met him back when I worked at the hospital. Knowing him, I'm sure getting a love letter from you just added years to his life. I hope that's the case. We wouldn't need doctors if that happened. Lady Olympia's love letters would become the ambrosia of the gods. I thought for a bit before asking him a question. I remember you brought up an interesting question back when I first got to know you. You asked which was the greater honor, being used for the gate or making the sunshine. Ah. I wasn't able to answer you back then, and I still don't know what the right answer is. But he told me that there is only one thing left for him on this island, to offer his soul to the heavens. He said that he hoped that time would come soon. You really said that? It doesn't matter whether a person offers their soul to the shrine gate or to the sun. I don't have the right to say which is the greater honor. But what I do know is that I don't want people to hope for their deaths to come quickly. I want people to live. Which is why if my letter can help him find some joy in living, that would be great. Then again, I did want to see how well I could write a letter too. Sorry. Huh? Kuroba looked away as if he had done something wrong, then gave a sigh. I was being unnecessarily harsh back then. I wanted to rattle the fair Olympia. Heh, I thought that might be the case. Maybe. He didn't think well of me back then. Maybe he thought I was really a doll under Doma's control. Then, what about now? What's his opinion of me? You'd go to and from the stage, not speaking, not looking around, not looking at anyone. I figured you wouldn't know anything happening on the island. I thought you were some porcelain doll who didn't know about the lower class. You're right about me being a doll. I didn't know anything before. I'm sorry if I made you feel bad back then. Looks like it happened again. Yeah, but I did the same yesterday too. Flashbacks. No need to apologize. I really don't mind. I actually appreciate your being honest with me. After all, it gave me the opportunity to think, and it led me to writing that letter too. Oh, and thank you for the tea last time. I shouldn't have been like that just because my deliveries didn't go well a couple times. I was probably just thinking too much about all the new things I learned. I'm embarrassed that I went to you with my problems when you have other things to do. I'll try to be better next time. You really are a pure white goddess, aren't you? Really? Sarcasm again? Be careful not to drop your handkerchief anymore. Ah. He suddenly ended our conversation. Before I knew it, he had turned his back to me and was walking away. Don't run from this! Alright. Like, no confession of love yet. Oh no! Don't leave me with this man! My. Our dear Olympia with the man. We didn't even confess anything. Come on, I can't even have a conversation. When are you gonna write a newspaper article about me and Fusou? After Kuroba? Ah! Kuroba of the Black. A man of talent who traded an offer to become head of the hospital for a high-level role in the Kotowari. Oh, was he on track to becoming the head of the hospital? I see. So he was your man after all? We haven't even gone on a date. Like, we just talk so far. No, stop it already. He's just a friend. Don't write an article about this. Listen carefully. It's not your story to write. Before you print anything, inform me first. Is that how little you like Nagusa? That's not what I'm implying. Like, we don't even know him that well. But if we did, we would not like what we see. Sure, Nagusa may be a good person, but he's just too good for me. For the White Goddess of Tengu Island, might I remind you that you can choose anyone from any color class? Which means you shouldn't be mean if I choose Kuroba, right? In any case, I'll make it clear to Nagusa the next time I see him. Ah, I see. How unfortunate. Oh, and while you're here, how about writing back to Kaina? He's waiting for your reply. I honestly do not want him to, like, keep in contact with Kaina, but, he's just gonna use him. my reply. It's surprising. I can easily write about other people, but when it comes to my beloved brother, I can't seem to write a thing. Still, you need to write something. He is your twin brother, isn't he? Yes, we're both born to the same mother. And yet, he went to the yellow. Not his choice, though. He then pinched his orange hair. I wonder what it was that made it so. What was it that made me and my brother so different? If this is the will of Lord Hiriko, then he is quite cruel. I had no idea what kind of response he was expecting from me. Seems sad and angry at the same time. Well, I'll write something later. It is a request from you after all. I'll let you know when it's ready. No, I mean, it's not like he can be like, hey, kinda come to the surface, because the Kodawari would like pick up on that, but he somehow got his claws in kinda in the other route, so I hope that will be soon. Now then, please excuse me. A thought came to mind as I watched Cannon leave. The newspaper. Maybe I could have him just write an article about me being engaged to Kuroba. Wait, you're into that? Like, you want to trap Kuroba with the article? Just the other day, you were mad about getting trapped with Nagusa in an article. Now you're caging Kuroba next. Even if it's not actually true. I stood alone and looked around the plaza. I thought for certain I'd find my husband here when I first saw this place. But now, I would avoid this place. This is where Cannon and Nagusa know that we hang out at. I guess Fusou. We have to find a new meeting place for Fusou. I see. What do you see? Do you know when I'll meet my soulmate? Oh, are we like getting another fortune told? I forgot Yusoga was like a fortune teller. That's like the first thing he did when we met him. I went back to Yomi to have my fortune told by Yusoga. I'm sure it won't hurt to have my fortune read again. It seems as though you have already met your soulmate. Like he knows. Like he probably doesn't even need to like peer into the future. It's like, well, if she's asking, she wants to hear a particular answer, so she already knows like who she wants. Would you believe me in any case? Huh? You must not be too reliant on predictions. I know, but I was just anxious about my situation. I thought I could tell immediately the moment I saw him, but things have happened and now I'm not sure. Only Nagusa seemed to want my hand in marriage. I bet if I accepted his offer, things would get moving pretty quickly. But the person I really want is... Such terrible lore, is it not? Yusoga dipped his hand into the basin and swirled the water around. I suppose that meant he was done. Everything in this world is determined by the person's color traits. Mating itself is determined by the color traits of the people involved. In such a world, how could one ever meet the love of their life, the other half of their soul? Okay, the correct answer is I'll trust the lore a bit longer. I mean, Yusoga, I feel like Yusoga has a point, but... Alright. I'll trust the lore a little longer. I guess, like, the lore kind of benefits Byakuya at the moment, because she can choose anyone. I mean, I guess it's childish to observe an old legend, but I can't seem to forget it. Believing is important. You have the freedom to choose, after all. Oh, I heard about Nagusa of the Jade. If he remains persistent, simply brush him off. Is there no one else who has captured your interest? Could it be you have already fallen in love? Which is why you came to me, to see what the future holds for the two of you. Am I right? Yes. I stood in surprise as he read my mind. Yosogo was looking at me with a smile. I didn't. It's Kuroba. Wait, no. How did he guess? Huh? He really was here, and he was heading to our table. Oh. Okay, he wasn't saying it was Kuroba, he's just like, oh, he's here. He looked quite serious. My excitement to see him suddenly changed to anxiety. Oh, now it's gonna be really apparent. I'm glad you're here, Olympia. Do you mind taking me to your friend Tsukiyomi? Oh. Have we ever... We never, like, taken anyone down personally to, like, talk to him, have we? Oh, okay. Kuroba has some questions for Tsukiyomi, I guess.
I see. So you wish to take some of the water here for your research.
Oh my, that's some dangerous water, right? That's the water that can make you contract haku. I guess, yeah, you gotta study the disease. There's a sample. I heard rumors that drinking this water will infect a person with haku.
It is not a rumor. It is the truth. Would you care to have a sip and find out for yourself?
Tsukiyomi? That's a bad joke. I'm very sorry, but I don't have the time to contract haku at the moment.
The spring you see here has an awful legend behind it.
He's referring to...
Deep within the spring lies Izanami, goddess of the dark, and so its waters are naturally cursed.
This is the first time I've heard of it.
Rumors in Yomi are of no interest to those on the surface.
But I grew up here in Yomi.
Haha, that is correct. Please excuse me.
I have no intention of denying your story. I'm sure you know all about the island. The Red District, for example. The soil is rich with cinnabar. Oh, okay. Cinnabar. A brick red substance containing toxic mercury, which emits poisonous fumes when exposed to heat. It was not properly utilized in the Red District until Jigen instructed the people how to extract it and handle it safely. Wait, was that the curse of the Red? Were they just being poisoned by the land that they lived on? Cinnabar itself is mercury sulfide with low toxicity, but when heated it becomes a highly poisonous mercury vapor. This wasn't known long ago, which means those who built their homes on it were affected in more than one way. Okay, so like it wasn't really a curse that affected people of the Red, that it just like happened to them because they lived there. Like when you hear of like neighborhoods being like radioactive or something. That could have happened to any of the color classes. But now that the Red have devised various ways to use it, they've gained immense wealth. So I assume the Curse of the Red is that very story, told with a twist. Okay, so like, yeah, Kuroba probably doesn't take too much stock in like legends. He's like, there has to be like an actual scientific reason for it. So that's the legend behind the Red's curse. The water here looks like any ordinary water. But there can be some kind of bacteria or organism in Haku that affects the human body. I promise I won't misuse this in any way. have a breach in containment.
You do know that you may incur the wrath of the goddess Izanami in doing so.
If it can lead to discovering a new cure, so be it. Yes. Besides, you can see I'm one of the ill-omened black class. Okay, I hope this isn't like foreshadowing that he's gonna be trying to find a cure for Haku, and then he's gonna get afflicted with Haku. Like, please don't. Getting cursed isn't gonna change anything about my existence on the island. There he goes again.
Haha. I am sorry to have tested you, Kuroba of the Black. But you are aware that someone from the hospital studied the Shinimizu as well?
I'm aware. I read the research papers, and unfortunately the research didn't lead to any useful results. Sorry. I got Kuroba, you're killing my voice here. I wonder if maybe that was Sakyo. Maybe he was researching Haku. And he got affected with it. It's like the danger of like being a scientist. You could be a researcher and you work with like so many dangerous things. If you're not properly like covering up and stuff, you could very much get afflicted with that. Or if you're like a nurse or a doctor in a hospital, you're just being exposed to so much. But I didn't conduct the study myself. There may have been an oversight.
I see. I'm happy to see your resolve and passion. Feel free to take as much as you desire.
Tsukiyomi, thank you! I appreciate it. As I watch Kuroba carefully scoop the water, Tsukiyomi moved towards the spring to peer into it.
Kuroba, let me ask. Do you know the reason Haku plagues this island?
Long, long ago, those of beautiful colors tried to rid the island of unsightly colors. Huh? Is this, the retribution? Because Haku will more likely afflict those with beautiful colors. Is this karma? The conflict continued for years, and soon Haku began to spread from the pile of corpses. The conflict came to an end once people feared it was a curse from Lord Hiriko. I never heard that story before. Of course, it's just an old story. No different from the alleged lore behind the cinnabar. The way I see it, the corpses weren't treated properly, and pathogens spread as a result, not because of a curse. If you ask me, Lord Hiriko was irresponsible too. If Lord Hiriko was supposed to be the most powerful existence on the island, he should have given the people a way to save themselves.
A response as expected of a human doctor.
I will develop a cure. I promise.
I look forward to that day.
It's like Kuroba's like having such an amazing feat. He could be an outsider. Be careful with that water. I'll be fine. Why did you ask about it so suddenly? Remember what I said back there? About how the previous study didn't yield any useful results? That's according to the hospital records. Now remember what you told me before. Now remember what you told me today. That you shouldn't have been so down on yourself just because things didn't go well. So I figured I might as well do things myself and not rely on some other guy's research. You gotta have peer-reviewed results. Gotta repeat the experiment to see maybe you might get different results. I felt my body getting hot again. Oh my, Dr. Kuroba. I wanted to tell him how encouraged I felt by the things he said and did. Plus, it wouldn't hurt to discover a cure and be owed a nice big favor by the yellow. You're right, it is a good idea. Meaning you really saved me today. Well, I gotta get going. He turned his back to me again, but I was reluctant to just let him leave. Ask him out! Ask him out! Just come here if you want tea. Oh, I'm worried you're gonna spill that, so, do you mind if I walk with you to the laboratory? Huh? Oh, sure. It's been a little bit more time together. Oh, is that a bell? Oh, it's nighttime. Ah! That's how they just change the lighting so people know what time of day it is. Suddenly, the sky went dark. It's just nighttime in Yomi now. It's like no transition. It's just whoop, flip a switch. Huh? The sky changes like this? You may already know, but the island's powered by geothermal energy. Even in Yomi, the lights turn off at a certain time. Okay, wow. I didn't know that. I know it's not the same as above, but I was raised under the night skies, under this night sky, so it's not such a bad sight to me. I actually like it too. It's so pretty with all these colors. Of course, I know Yomi has its share of hardships as well, but I wish people on the surface would actually see things like this so they can get to learn and appreciate Yomi. I see. So you've come around to the point of genuinely liking Yomi. Thanks. His gentle smile froze me on the spot. Seeing it made me both happy and sad. Made to the lab, it's nighttime. This place is still so interesting to me. I'll get the tea ready, so feel free to look around. Thank you. I never asked him for tea. He just knew. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. As soon as we arrived, we went straight to boiling some water. I really shouldn't have forced my way here, but to Kuroba, I was just a little girl from the white. I wasn't sure what I could do to attract his attention. Ah, I've read this book before. Huh? Really? Doma has lots of books, and my teacher always encouraged me to read whatever I could. Teacher? Wait. Were you taught at the manor? Yes. It's a shame that girls aren't allowed to go to school on this island. But Doma had a teacher assigned to me when I was little. That's nice of Doma. He didn't completely, ignore her. I studied from 9 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. 5 days a week, from ages 6 to 17. Oh, she had, like a school routine. I guess, that would keep her from getting bored. Now that I think about it, I learned more about the history and politics of lands beyond the ocean rather than those of this island. And it's that's kind of useless information because they have no way to go there. They just accept knowledge that the waves bring them. That explains it. Why you think similarly to us. Which is why seeing you wanting to learn so much about things is reassuring. I feel like you're a lot closer to me and Akaza. Huh? Oh, right, you did say something like that before. I recalled blushing back then, too. But rather than being embarrassed now, I felt happy. No, I'd say there's even more to you than that. You lived in Doma's Manor, and you're friends with Lord Jigen and Tsukiyomi. In other words, you're surrounded by outsiders. You had the means to acquire a wealth of knowledge compared to the other girls on the island. Pretty amazing if you ask me. What about the other girls? Do you know about other girls? Oh, that's the correct answer. Alright, this one. Are we gonna get jelly? Wait a minute. What about the other girls? Nintoku University, the island's only school. Or is the island's only school. Even now, it strictly prohibits female enrollment. Nintoku University, the sole school on Tengu Island, with students from only the primary and secondary tiers. Exceptions may be made in cases of outstanding academic ability, like with Kuroba. Another unfair sparsity between the classes here. I've heard about that. Does that mean they don't have any other means of learning? Except maybe like tutors, and that's probably it. Girls born into wealthy families are given basic education, mostly focused on etiquette. So I doubt most of them will have access to as much education as you've had. Yeah, Doma did things a lot differently when raising Byakuya. I see. But soon, they'll finally have a proper place to learn. I know it won't cover everyone, but I heard eldest sister Shura is building a school for girls in the Blue District. I think it's about done too. Okay, that's nice of Shura, because so far we've only heard like bad things about her, like her being one to like deny change and Tokisada's route, but she's actually doing steps to help women at least. Elder sister? Yeah, she doesn't want to get rid of the Hazushi, though. She's a unique one, isn't she? I don't get along with her all too well, but there's no doubt that she's committed to advancing women's rights. Yeah, now just, like, commit to abolishing Hazushi, and maybe, like, people don't have to die for, like, no good reason. I didn't know that. To be honest, I didn't get along well with her either. But hearing that she was trying to make positive changes gave me a greater respect for her. I want to do more too. But first, I'd better find my future husband. That's the most important responsibility I need to fulfill now. I took a peek at Kuroba's face. Is it alright if I read that book you have there? Sure, take it. Thank you. Oh, bring it back anytime. Hi. Getting a little close there. His arm gently brushed me as he reached out to the bookshelf. Oh, it's like the slight touch. Is he gonna send tingles down your arm? Ah. My body tensed up a little. I hope he didn't notice that. I knew it. Wasn't my imagination. Are you getting it? Are we getting it? Kuroba looked at me as he handed me the book. What do you mean? I noticed it earlier. But are you wearing some kind of rose perfume? Ah! I was supposed to return these. Oh wait, the roses. I forgot about those. I think it's coming from this. I took out the paper roses from my bag. I got them from Nagusa. He wanted me to give him my thoughts on them since the Jade are planning to sell these folded papers. You got them from Nagusa? Pretty, aren't they? I used to fold origami, but I didn't know there was scented paper or even a way to fold roses like this. But I was planning on returning them to him, given all the misinformation in the newspaper. Right, that's a good idea. Although paper roses seem like kind of a more disposable gift, right? Especially if they're like soaked in perfume, like eventually that will fade. And then you have to like get a new one. Ah! Wait, what'd you do? Did you rip him? Oh, my hair was sprayed with a mist of something. A refreshing scent filled the air. Did you just make me smell different? You're like, I don't like that you got perfume from another man. I want you to smell like something else. Is this mint? Wait, oranges? You're pretty good. I think this fragrance suits you better. You're like marking your territory here, but instead of pee, it's perfume. Huh? You think? You could have told me before you... Oh, is this the same perfume you use? Is it? Okay, that could lead to some misunderstandings. Like, hey, why do you smell like Kuroba's cologne? It's not much of a perfume. More like a sleep aid. Want some aromatherapy there? He sprayed a bit onto his wrists. I have a hard time sleeping. When I told Yasuoka, he blended this up for me. I didn't know he could make things like that. I have to admit, it smells really nice. I could still smell the mint and orange in the air. Which means both Kuroba and I were wearing the same fragrance right now. Oh my. It's like we got into close contact with each other and rubbed off smells. My thighs grew tense, and I felt a bit warm. Okay, getting a little excited here. I can't believe I'm like this now. Whenever I was with them, I seemed to always find myself at a loss for words. I wanted to say something, but I couldn't. Oh, some people die from insomnia. Huh? She's just trying to grasp at anything right now. You're gonna die from overwork? Gotta be careful. Oh, you said you had a hard time sleeping. I don't think it's good for your health. You don't exactly live a balanced life either, so you should take better care of yourself. You're right. And I'm supposed to be a doctor. Thanks for worrying about me. You've been doing research all this time, haven't you? I don't have any deadlines to meet, but I just feel uneasy not getting results. Then again, I did get something good today. He looked over at the Shinimizu on the table. I have a strange feeling that things will really start moving now. My hunches are usually right, so I can't wait to see the results. His eyes gleamed with curiosity and expectation. It almost felt like he could discover the cure tomorrow. I know I said this before, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure you'll be able to find the cure. I will. I'll find it. His fingers touched my hair for a moment. Oh. Right where he sprayed the sleeping aid. Kuroba's fingers. My skin prickled, even over the places he didn't touch. What is this sensation? But make sure to get some sleep. You're not gonna find the cure if you collapse from exhaustion. You're so sweet to me today. Oh. Well, you know, sometimes I worry about you. The smell of mint and orange thinned a bit. Should have just drenched the whole place in it. That's right. About the other day. What happened to being my lifeguard at the beach? I got flustered, okay? Like, can't blame her. It's the first time seeing a man. Ah, you must be remembering my body. Okay. No. Well, I think I'll let you go for now. Are you free tomorrow night? I don't have any plans to go on stage. Why do you ask? You took me to see Tsukiyomi, so I'll take you to dinner. It wasn't anything, really. I'd do anything to help you find a cure. Come on now. I'll show you around the island while I'm at it. How about we meet in the plaza after your deliveries, around 3? Well, I guess I can accept your offer. Good. I'm looking forward to it. Oh my, we're finally going on a date. If we're not calling it a date. Alright, back to the manor. Husband. Preserving the white bloodline is my duty, so finding my husband is a given. The question is, who will it be? It's been almost 2 weeks since I was told to find a husband. Okay, it's only been 2 weeks. Come on, you got a year. I hadn't been playing around all this time. I could tell a certain feeling was getting clearer and clearer. Every moment I saw him. Dinner with Kuroba tomorrow. I can't wait. At the end of the chapter. Oh, is it? It is. The man of my life. Oh. I want to keep going, but we gotta take a break. My throat actually is starting to hurt now. Like, uh-oh. Here comes the sore throat. Alright, we have a date with Kuroba. I want to see how it goes. Like, there's some tension in the lab. Some, like, the touching of the hair, the brushing of the hands. Like, still not admitting any feelings yet. Not calling the dinner a date, but... like, soon. Should happen soon. Alright, anyway. We're going for quite a while. Extra long episode. I hope you guys are having a fun and relaxing time. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.